Oh hi, welcome to this video, welcome back to my channel, glad to see you here. If you watched my previous vlog you'll know this is sat in the exact same position because I'm starting the next one straight away. I have no idea how long this reading vlog will be on for, probably at least a couple weeks, and I'm honestly expecting to only read one book. Babel, I don't know how to say it, no one does, the author says it's both. Can I explain why I've picked this book up right now? No. But have I? Yes. I read 20 pages of this last night. I really enjoyed the introduction and the first chapter. It is super intriguing. It's gripped me right from the start. I've heard people not get on with the writing style and the footnotes and saying it's too much like a textbook. Honestly, that sounds like my dream. I think that sounds really interesting. And books I've read with footnotes before I've really enjoyed. So I'm going to give this a go. We'll see how I get on. What else am I up to over the next couple of weeks? Well, tomorrow I'm going to a book event at the South Bank Centre for Elliot Page for his memoir, which I have somewhere here, which I'm currently reading, so that'll be really, really interesting. Other than that, I'm hanging out with a friend this weekend. They're coming to London for the weekend, so I will probably do not very much reading and almost certainly zero vlogging when they're here. And that's about it. Then it's back to work. Next week, I'm working this week. That implies I'm on holiday. I wish. And reading, so just thought I'd get it started so that the next vlog is started and hopefully we can carry on with this vlogging as we go. But I'll speak to you when I've actually read some of this book, which, if we're honest, may actually be next week. I'm very busy for the rest of this week. Hello. Happy Sunday. I have not spoken to you in a good few days, so I thought I'd update you on what I've been up to and what I'm reading before we have a big Sunday of doing nothing and reading. So what have I been up to? So I think I last spoke to you on Tuesday when I was filming the last clip for my previous vlog and uploading that. Firstly, I uploaded that video. Thank you so much for the incredibly warm welcome back to BookTube. A lot of you were saying, I hope you continue, but I understand if not, which is really, really sweet. And I also hope I continue, but we will have to see. But I'm vlogging now, which is a positive sign. As I said in that video, I don't know how frequent vlogs are going to be. It's very much going to be, I will film clips when I feel like filming clips, and then when I have enough clips to edit into a video, I will try and edit them and put it up. So no schedule, no nothing, just a bit of fun. On the Wednesday evening, I went to the Elliot Page event I mentioned. I didn't take any photos, but I'll put a photo here somewhere of the event because there was some published. It was fantastic. Sean Fay was interviewing him and she was super, super interesting. I'm absolutely going to be getting her book at some point and listening to that, probably on audio, knowing me, with non-fiction, because it sounds fascinating. And Elliot Page was just really interesting to listen to, and it was a really hopeful event. It was honestly just a really fun place to be. Everyone there was queer, which was hilarious. Obviously not everyone, but you just look around and you're like, oh, okay, cool. Cool, okay. And then when they came on the stage, both of them, Sean literally said, yeah, so when we were backstage, they told us this was the gayest audience ever, and they're not wrong. So it was just really good fun. It was a really light-hearted evening in a really nice way. I was worried it would get really sad. Not worried, but given the tone of the book and a lot of the subject matter discussed, there was the possibility it'd be a really, really serious event, but there was a lot of hope included, which was a really nice feeling. Did that. Other than that, I've just been busy with loads of work stuff for the last few days. And then yesterday I was out in London all day with a couple of friends and went to see a show in the evening. Went to see Brokeback Mountain, which is a new play adapted from the original short story, not the film. I've seen it twice now. It's amazing. But what am I reading? I think when I started this vlog, I was picking up Babel. I am still reading Babel. I have come to the conclusion this is going to be an incredibly slow read. I love it. I'm 30 pages in, but I'm loving it. But I'm expecting this may not be a read 100 pages every day, finish it in a week kind of vibe. This is possibly going to be more of a read 20, 30, 40 pages every so often when I'm in the mood for it, and then just have it as a long running book. So we'll see. I may suddenly get to a point where I'm into it and just need to keep reading. So I've read barely any of this. Do want to read some more later today, but I'm really enjoying it so far. And have in the meantime picked up Body Kintsugi by Senka Marik. I'm gonna go with, she's from Bosnia, I think. So that could be wrong, there's accents everywhere. This is a translated work about a woman who gets cancer and kind of uses the concept of kintsugi, which, if anyone doesn't know what that is the Japanese art of repairing a broken item with gold inlaid in the cracks to like make it beautiful out of the broken. And it's using that concept to explore this woman's recovery from illness and like putting herself back together. I'm about halfway through, a little bit over halfway through now. Started it yesterday, we'll be finishing this in the next couple of hours probably. Really, really enjoying it. It's super, super interesting. Written in almost like a vignette, stream of consciousness, like little style, which is quite fun. Quick read, really loving it. Excited to continue. So that's pretty much the update. I have no idea what I'm going to pick up after Body Kintsugi if I want something else alongside Babel, but I think my plan for today is it's 31 degrees in London. For anyone who doesn't know, it's bloody boiling. So I'm hiding inside during the day to try and keep cool-ish. And then I'm going to finish Body Kintsugi, and then when it gets like 4 or 5 p.m. and a little bit of the heat is starting to go, or at least like the massive sunlight is starting to go a little bit, I'm going to head out and go sit on the common and do some reading, probably with Babel, see if I can get maybe a bigger chunk of that done today. That's the plan, that's it. That's what I've been up to. I will hopefully update you as I finish Body Kintsugi and as I read more. Oh hey, it's a bit later. As you saw, I went and did some reading outside, but I have read more since then as well. It didn't last very long outside because although it wasn't too stupidly warm, the wind has apparently picked up and my picnic rug was flying every 5 seconds. It was real annoying, but we're back now and I'm on sprints with Christy, as always. I've been doing some reading. I just filmed a sit down video. Oh my god, who am I? Anyway. Oh, sorry, it is so warm. I've not stopped sweating all day and I'm dying a little bit, I think, and I can't even have my windows open because there are people outside the back of my flat being incredibly loud, and so I don't have the window open and it's so fucking warm. Anyway, not the point. Babel, I am at page 90, almost 20%. This book is so much easier to read than I expected it to be. I've seen so many people DNF this because of the writing style, because it's really academic, this and that, and so I was like terrified going into this. I've been so intimidated by it, but it's been like really easy to get into for me. Like something about it's agreeing with my brain. I also personally love footnotes, so I'm not struggling with that at all. I'm having a grand time. I'm very invested. I currently have very little feel for where the plot is going to go. I'm just vibing with it. I don't know where it's going yet, so I'm really intrigued to see how it progresses. But I'm loving it. I'm having a great time. I've not given you a plot for this yet, so I'm gonna put it down because it's freaking heavy. Follows Robin Swift, who is a child from China, from Canton in China, and a professor, English man professor, goes over and basically takes him and brings him back to England. Under the guise of he needs to be a student here and learn the art of translation, the art of languages, and he'll send him to Oxford University to study this as well, and we're starting to see some element of magic being related to this. I think one of the things I'm really appreciating is I saw R.F. Kuang in an event last September when the book released, and having heard her speak about this is definitely increasing my appreciation of the book, because there's things she mentioned and really clever bits that she explained that I'm seeing in this that I probably wouldn't have clocked if I hadn't had them laid out for me, because, you know, I am not as well read and researched as she is, unsurprisingly, given she is a phenomenally intelligent person and also she wrote the book. So for example, the whole concept of this like Dickensian orphan vibe of, you know, being taken in as someone's ward in a new exciting land, like I would not, even with the Victorian setting, I would not have clocked that, I suppose. So that's really cool that I can like see that now that I know to expect it. So I'm having a great time. I am probably done reading for the night, although I'm really enjoying it, just because the Matilda musical movie has just dropped on Netflix today, and I have been waiting for this to come out for so long. It was in cinemas last year, I didn't get around to seeing it, and yeah, it's not been on a streaming service until now, so I'm very excited and probably just going to spend my evening watching that. I don't know the musical particularly well, but as you all know, I love musicals, and I've seen clips from the film and it looks phenomenal. So that sounds like a good way to spend my evening. So this will be the last update of the day, I'd imagine, and I'll see you when I next have something interesting to tell you. Hello, just doing a super quick vlog clip. I've not spoken to you in a while. It is the weekend, woohoo, exciting. If that wasn't evident by how I look right now. I've done some reading, I'll tell you about that later, but I just want to say I'm off to Pride. I've never been to Pride before, somehow in my life, and I'm going to London Pride today, hence glitter. My Queer Was Always Here t-shirt, which was designed by one of the Heartstopper cast, and oh nice, okay, everyone else is running late, ideal, I was also running late, and I have just shorts on because it's London and it's warm, and then rainbow socks sticking out of my shoes. That was a really elegant view there. I'm excited. Oh, I also have my little pin badges on my bag, which are wonky, and just these little guys. We're attempting to look the part for Pride. And I think we're pretty much ready to go. I'm about to go hop on a tube, go up to central London, and hopefully have a really fun day. It's gonna be a long day, so we've got Pride all day, then we've got a picnic in the afternoon, evening, and then we're going on a night out. So wish me luck. I don't do big days like this, but we're gonna try and see how we get on. So I might try and get some B-roll on my phone, I might not, but we're hyped, and if not, I'll debrief you tomorrow. Oh, hello. It is Sunday. I am intending to do very little today of anything that requires moving from this bed, because yesterday was amazing, but absolutely goddamn exhausting. I said I'd try and get some B-roll of Pride. I got a couple little clips, but I'm gonna explain them because I didn't get very many. So, started the day, went out to Green Park, walked like along the parade. We didn't like stand and watch because we were like trying to get to different places throughout the day. So started quite early, apologies for loud planes, hopefully it's not too bad. But walked along the parade, it was really cool seeing that and like being in the energy. I will include my highlight from that in a minute, but I'll tell you about the rest of the day first. So then went out to Soho, like sat in a pub, had a couple drinks, had some food, chill, and then I'll include a B-roll clip here. We went to a street party in Soho, which was good fun. It was just good vibes all round. So did that, and then I went to meet up with one of my other friends who was in the parade, and hang out with her and all of her friends, and then went for like a pre's house party at one of their houses, and then went out to a club. This club was like way out east, which is not remotely near where I live in London, but it was fine. It was like an alternative Pride party, and it was good fun. I had been out by like 12 hours by this point, so I was a bit knackered. I wasn't sure I really had like a party in me. However, I'm so excited. This club had like a dance disco floor, had like a club floor, and it had a bookshop. I will include a photo here. I don't have any good photos because I felt awkward taking photos of random people, but it literally just had a bookshop that was open all night, and it had sofas and seats. So I sat around chatting in the bookshop, browsed some books, and then when people wanted to go dance, I actually just ended up sitting on a sofa with my book. There was like house music playing, and I was like, that's fine, I can bop my head along and sit and read. Top tier, loved it, had a great time. I also really loved the like sense of companionship because there was like 3 or 4 of us, not people I knew at all, just like sat on the sofas reading as their like groups of friends went to go party, and I was like, we're on the same way. You get this. I did buy a book. I bought At the End of the Matinee, which hilariously, given it was a queer bookshop and a Pride party, I don't think this book is actually queer. I did get confused by the pronouns on the back when reading the blurb, and I thought it was going to be male, but it's not. But I don't care, it'll be interesting anyway. It's a translated book about a like famous guitarist, renowned guitarist, who basically like falls in love, I think, with a journalist but they meet when they're like 40-ish, 30 to 40. And I think it's like, what is their relationship? Is it friendship? Is it love? Like, they come and go, but they're like very important in each other's lives. And it sounds really interesting. I read the first like 10, 15 pages at the club. Obviously wasn't reading particularly quickly, given there was very loud music playing. So I didn't read that much, but I really enjoyed the beginning of it. So I'm hoping to read this like in the next day or two. I'm really stupid. I just realised I forgot to tell you about the highlight of Pride. You can tell I'm very tired. I got home like 2 a.m. last night. I don't do well with late nights. Highlight of Pride. So, anyone that was watching my channel last like spring, will probably know I am obsessed with Heartstopper. I've seen the show about 6 times through, if not more. I watched every cast interview, I've read all the comics, I follow the entire cast. I am obsessed. It is possibly like my favourite show ever. I love it so much and it means so much to me. And you'll have seen in my outfit yesterday, the shirt I was wearing was the Queer Was Always Here shirt, which Sebastian Croft, one of the cast of Heartstopper, designed for charity. And we were walking along the parade and I suddenly just see like a Netflix van which has like clips of Heartstopper playing. I was like, oh, that's cute. And then I look up ahead a little bit more and there's a big bus which has a big Heartstopper sign at the top. This is the Heartstopper cast. I just about died. I'll include a clip in a sec where you can just hear me dying. I was with a few friends who were also completely obsessed with Heartstopper, it turns out. So we were having great like fan moments, but let me just play the clip. I know, we need to come around! Oh my god!
No, I can't.
Oh my god, it's Katana!
No, stop.
Ignore the awful videography. Obviously my focus was not on getting good video, I was just vibing, but I saw the Heartstopper cast and I just about died. So that was the highlight of Pride, I think. That and the bookshop, so very on brand. On reading, as we know, I'm currently reading Babel, which I don't have the dust jacket on because it's huge. And I'm making good progress. I'm past page 300 now, I'm on page 312, so have got quite a long way through. And it's not even midday yet. I'm really thinking I might try and finish this today. It does mean like another 250 pages of reading, but I think I can do that. And although I'm enjoying it, I have to admit I'm finding it a little bit slow at the moment. I loved the first like 150 pages, the last 100 and a bit. It's just slowed down a little bit, and I think if I leave it too long, I'm going to end up wanting to like put it down. So I'm going to try and whip through that today if I can. I'm still definitely enjoying it, it's just got a little bit more interesting again, but yeah, I've got the rest of the day and I don't intend to go anywhere or do anything, so might try and do that. Anyway, I'm gonna go read if I'm gonna finish this book today. This has been a way longer clip than it needed to be already. I will keep you updated on how it's going. Again, ignore the planes, it's loud, but yeah, I'll keep you updated. Hello. It is currently 8 p.m-ish and I have just finished reading Babel. I read 300 pages of Babel today and actually finished it, which is wild. I don't really know what I'm going to do the rest of the evening. I'm probably not going to like read more because I'm a little bit done with reading. So I think the plan is go edit this vlog, to be honest, and make some food. And then maybe read some manga, which I'm aware is still reading, but like it's a different format, it feels very different. Thoughts on Babel? I really enjoyed it, going with a 4-star, simply because I loved the amount of education in there, from like historical, political stuff, social stuff, and also like etymology and all the language and translation bits that come into the magic system. However, I do think at points in the book the balance was off, and I think it almost like it. A lot of people said it borders that line of fiction and non-fiction, which I don't mind. I love actually being able to learn loads of stuff through fiction, but I do think it sometimes didn't quite strike the right balance, and there wasn't enough story to keep me going. And I almost then got a bit like, not bored, but it became very analytical and academic, which was fine, except the fact I then found towards the end when it's like, you know, super emotional and super impactful, I lost personally some of that impact because I'd almost very slightly disengaged when there was less story happening earlier on, which is a shame, but 4 stars, really great. I really enjoyed it. I'm very, very glad to have read it and incredibly proud of myself because I've been putting this off for a very long time. And kind of part of me was convinced I'd never read it, so I'm chuffed. But yeah, I finished Babel. I think I said earlier, at the end of the matinee, the book I got at the book shop / club is probably what I'm going to read next. But that may be in the next vlog, we'll see. Because I think I may try and get this one edited and up in the next day or 2. Yeah, so I think that's it, really. I read Babel, I read Body Kintsugi. I had a fantastic time at my first ever Pride. Been a belter of a vlog, and I'm enjoying doing this still, so fingers crossed I will continue with it. So if you've watched all the way to the end, leave a little black heart emoji down in the comments. I'm struggling to find anything that works well for Babel, so black heart's just what I've been going with. Subscribe, like, all that jazz, you know it all. But I think that's it for the vlog, so bye, and I'll see you in the next one.